Now, what causes a person to take their life? Well, like I said, sometimes they just come to a point where they hate life. But I want us to consider a man named Job. Job went through a knothole backwards. I mean, he really, if you read the story of Job, he really went through hell. He went through hell and back, actually, like Audie Murphy, whatever, to hell and back. Yeah, but Job did this. Job went through a knothole backwards. And I want you to hear what he said when he was going through this hell that he went through. Job 3 and verse 20. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter of soul, which long for death, but it comes not, and dig for it more than for hid treasure, which rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they can find the grave. Oh man, Job was a man who went through the knothole backwards, and Job wanted to die because of what he was going through. Now, what causes a person to take his own life? Well, my personal opinion is that I think a lot of times there are family secrets out there that often stay secrets, and in dysfunctional family, what I would call a dysfunctional family system, there's a lot of family secrets out there that causes a person to be in a mental condition where they hate life. I mean, how do you tell somebody you were molested by a family member? How do you tell someone you were abused by a family member? A lot of these people keep these secrets and they go to the grave. Now, I know this is not always the case with every person that takes their life, but in a lot of the reality is this, that in a lot of suicides, there are family issues involved. There are dysfunctional family systems, and a lot of times there are secrets that are going on in that family system. Terrible, horrendous, heart-rending family secrets. Now, the purpose of this message today is, and I want to offer answers to those of you who have experienced the death of a loved one by suicide, because I think you need answers. And like I said, in religion, often the response is, well, if you take your own life, that's your free ticket to hell. I've heard that before. I've actually heard that before. But let's ask this question. What will happen to all those who have taken their lives by suicide? Well, my personal opinion is that they will come up in the great white throne judgment. Let's take a look at this. The great white throne judgment, Revelation 20 and verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And this is the great white throne judgment. It's a day out into the future, out into the future. Let's notice what happens. Okay, verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. Now, what is it when dead people stand on their feet? Well, it's a resurrection. But keep in mind, this is not the first resurrection. This is not the resurrection of the saints at Christ's return. No, this is another resurrection. Well, let's notice what happens here. And the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. So the books are open, talking about the Bible, but then you have the book of life is open. Now, why is the book of life open at this point? Well, there's only one reason, and that is to add new names to the book of life. Let's continue on. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, that is the Bible, according to their works. Now, a lot of you have been brainwashed. You hear this and you think, okay, in other words, what I'm saying is this. This is not a sentencing. This is a judgment period of time. There's a big difference between sentencing somebody and a judgment period of time. This, I believe, is a chance for salvation. Yes. There are a lot of people out there who have never had a chance for salvation. Did you know that? Yeah, they live and die every day. We could talk about third world countries. We could talk about a lot of people who have never had a chance for salvation. After all, only about 20% of the world's population even remotely claim to be Christian.